Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Piet and Grady here from the Purple House Wellness Center in Forth, Tasmania. Every week on Tuesday we touch base with our audience and we talk about a topic of interest regarding your health and well-being and other things that affect us as human beings. Today we want to talk about the importance of a healthy digestion again, because your digestion can be compared to the root system of a tree, and if you dig around the root system and poison it or dehydrate the root system or damage it somehow, we all know that the tree doesn't stand much chance and it starts to look under stress and drop its leaves and the branches start to shrivel up and die, and then you know what happens. You might get a wind or a storm and the tree topples over or it just dies. Because the roots, which is the invisible part of the tree, were sick. So our digestion is like the basis, the foundation of our health. And
it's a central pillar of all other health, really.
Exactly. So basically how you can think of yourself is just one big pipe that starts in the mouth and ends at the anus. And around the pipes are all your organs that organize your life, so they all have different roles to play, and then your blood vessels and so on. Your whole organism is centered around this central pipe, and your existence as a human being depends on the wellness, how well your digestion functions. So if it's not functioning well, you get things like migraines, muscle aches, foggy brain, aches and pains, skin issues, all issues literally.
Issues really.
I could quickly fill up 20 minutes talking about people's pain points.
Plus, if you're not digesting your food properly, you're not getting the nutrients properly, so you're not making good cells. And we're made up of trillions of cells. So we need to be able to break our food down properly to get the nutrients to build good cells with, because our cells are dying and being replaced all the time.
That's
unbeknownst to us.
Absolutely.
And they need certain nutrients, lots of, to make good cells, and we function properly if our cells are working properly.
Exactly. But what people don't understand is that even if you have the cleanest diet and you grow all your own food and all the rest, that doesn't necessarily mean that you still get all the nutrients from your plate, because if your digestion is broken or a few links are missing, like there's a missing link, something in your digestion isn't working, it's malfunctioning, you're still not going to get the nutrients, right? So today we're just going to talk about this in very simple terms that you find easy to understand. There are 4 key areas to do with your digestion that are often the sticking points where people get it wrong, so we're just going to talk about it now. The first one is stomach acid. Most people don't have enough stomach acid, so that's point number 1.
Yeah, and it can get down to a pH of between 1 and 2 during digestion. If it doesn't get below 3, then we don't digest proteins properly.
And if it doesn't get below 4, people often can't swallow their food, it just won't go down.
And if it's not below 3, it doesn't kill the bacteria that are on our food, and they stay alive and start fermenting the food in our stomach and produce gas, and then we get burping, bloating and burping and reflux problems. But prior to having adequate acid in the stomach, we need to get the bile flow going from the liver.
Yeah, that was point number 2.
That's point number 2, but we really need, it should be point number 1, but the food hits the stomach acid first, but when it leaves the stomach, the small bowel likes to be neither acid or alkaline, neutral pH. And the way it does that is every time the sphincter at the bottom of the stomach opens and closes, the gallbladder gives a squeeze of concentrated bile that's quite alkaline.
Caustic.
Yeah, it's pH of 9, so it's races down the bile duct, common bile duct, and mixes with that small bit of stomach content that's really acidic, and it causes quite a chemical reaction, like pouring bicarb of soda on vinegar, or the opposite way around. It causes a fizz in the bubble, neutralises the stomach acid content, and small bowel's nice and happy, but in so doing, it completes the digestive process. blows the food to smithereens.
Okay, so I can see you're quite passionate about it.
Right, it is. It's one of the most important
I know,
reactions in the body, that one.
Not many people understand about bile flow. That's definitely missing in most of the probably nutritional books as well, right? So how can you get that bile flow, Peter? What do you need to do for that?
There are a few things that stop the bile flow. One of the main ones is we stored fat from too many sugars and high starch carbohydrates. One of the first places we store it is in our liver. So it clogs the liver up with stored fat. And so we need to declog it really, but prior to that we need to get that bile flow going. So the way to do that is open up the bile ducts so the bile will flow. And beet flow is the thing that will do that. Mm-hmm. It's a combination of taurine, nitric oxide, and they dilate the little bile ducts, so the bile will flow properly. Now, there's another thing. Women that are on the pill, contraceptive pill, that'll close down ducts in the body. So it closes down not only the ovarian ducts, but it closes down all the bile ducts. It also closes down the blood vessels. Smoking, nicotinic acid does the same thing.
All right, so beet flow is really, really good. That's actually product number one. It always flies off our shelves. We import it from America, but I just want to inform you, by the way, our clients, like our existing clients, have access to beet flow, but there has been a change of politics from higher up that we can't have it on the website anymore. So it has to be obtained by you being one of our clients, and then you get a password, and it's behind a password protected section of our online shop.
Yeah, if you're a client, you can ring up
and restock on your beet flow. If you're an existing client, please give us a ring. I'll put the phone number in the article as well. And then we will restock you. We will be able to, sell it to you because you're an existing client who's been taking beet flow for many years. We've literally got thousands of clients here in our community who are doing so well on beet flow, and they literally don't want to
go without.
No, they can't imagine their life without beet flow.
We were introduced to it when we went to do what we call the biomedics study, looking at live and dried blood and urine and
in Chicago.
Saliva analysis in Chicago, and that was in 2009. I still take 2 beet flow morning and night. So
I take 6 a day. That's
so
right.
that keeps the bile flow going. So it
keeps your body very healthy. There's really nothing else that we know from the market. We've done lots of research because sometimes beet flow has been out of stock, and then sometimes the parcels got intercepted, and we've had all sorts of political problems with getting beet flow to our clients. At the moment it's a bit difficult as well, so that's why we have to, for those people of you who've questioned where's the beet flow, you go online and you can't find it in our online shop. We still have it, we can still sell it to you, but you need to give us a ring or reach out to us by email or message.
Yeah.
And we will give you a password so that you can get into a special private section of our website. So please pass this on to other people. So point number one was stomach acid. If you don't have enough stomach acid, you need to supplement with betaine HCl. Some people always have low stomach acid. In fact, I would say the majority of the population does, because when you have stress, your stomach acid production drops off. So betaine HCl is a very, very good product. It's also very cheap, or economical, I should say. And it's something that, I have myself, that also protects your body from parasites and all the rest.
The other thing that I recommend every client take is an enzyme mix, plant-based enzymes with every meal to help break every type of food down. Now, we don't produce the enzyme to break down vegetables, and if vegetables aren't totally fresh, if we don't pick and eat, they're devoid of enzymes. So we're probably not getting a lot out of veggies if we don't take an enzyme called cellulase to help break them down. The enzyme mix, Digestozyme or Omnizyme, we're having difficulty getting Omnizyme at the moment too, so we
have to think creative.
We put Digestozyme in the Ultimate Vitality Boost pack, and that breaks down every type of food.
And it makes a huge difference to people's mood, digestion, energy, everything.
They turned my life around, because I was intolerant to a lot of foods and I was a bit moody at times. And you can read my story on the Ultimate Vitality Boost free download. And enzymes turned my life around, and I recommend everyone take one with every meal.
And enzymes are again not something that everyone has heard of. I mean, everyone understands about vitamins and minerals, but not many people talk about enzymes, but they're absolutely key, and everyone today is pretty well enzyme deficient. I know that sounds like a general statement, but it's really true, because our enzymes are being used up for so many other things, to clean toxins from our body and from processed foods and stresses. That was point number 1 and 2, and then we have to talk about water as well. So water, 4 pillars of our digestion. So stomach acid, bile flow, and now we go about water, water flow. All right, don't drink with your meals, right? This is a really, really bad habit. So whenever we have anything to drink with our meals, we water down our digestive juices, or the digestive fire is killed. You're pouring water onto a fire and then nothing digests very well. So we always recommend that you drink, if you're thirsty, you drink your water 20 minutes.
Get into a habit of drinking 15 20 minutes before a meal. Have a big drink of water. That goes straight into the bloodstream. 20 minutes later, your stomach's empty.
And then you can eat your food, and then while your food is digesting, you don't have anything to drink for 2 hours till 2 hours later. So let's say you have lunch at 12 o'clock, you don't drink anything till after 2 o'clock. So that's easy, right? That's the same with your breakfast and dinner.
Then prior to each meal, you have a big drink of water, and you can, if you get into that routine, you get your adequate water intake, which is a litre for every 30 kilograms of body weight, ideally.
Yeah, really great.
And then you have a quarter teaspoon for every litre of water, a quarter teaspoon of salt for every litre of water you drink.
Exactly.
For minerals and trace minerals.
Also, it's really good to filter your water, and if you're wondering about investing in a water filter, that will last you for the rest of your life, and that really sets you up and filters all your water, makes it healthy. Again, reach out to us, send us a message or an email.
It saves a lot of money on bottled water as well over a lifetime.
Well, bottled water is most of the time still tap water anyway. That some unscrupulous companies most of the time just use standard water from somewhere and put it in bottles, right? And
the plastic from the bottles leach into the water that you drink, which isn't.
And the plastic gets thrown away, and apparently there is an island full of rubbish in the ocean that's the size of France or the size of Texas, I think, something like that. All right, so then to finish your digestion, so we're working from the top down. Also, we need to, of course, remember that you have a thing called microbiome. So the microbiome is classified an organ these days. So it was named microbiome in the year 2005. Before that, it didn't have a proper name. It was just called intestinal flora. So these are the bacteria that live in your small and large intestine. And they are an organ in itself because they're your immune system. So when your microbiome is destroyed, you also can't make energy. So we really have to look after it. But Peter has a good point. He feels so passionate about your bile flow because your bile sterilizes your intestine, so it gets rid of candida and lots of other things that fight your good bacteria. So in all of this, we think the bile flow is the most important thing if we had to pull one out.
Plus, if that stomach acid remains too acid, it kills the good microbiome.
That's right. So everything, the center pillar would be bile flow, and all the rest is nearly equally as important, but not quite. So So we created the UVB, that's called UVB Ultimate Vitality Boost Package. We created it 5 years ago, and that basically puts everything a person needs in 4 things in the package, and then because we put it together, it saves you about $20 at the end. So that contains beet flow, immunosymbiotic, which is like really the most superior what they call probiotic on the market worldwide, right? So we have researched all these products years ago.
A capsule that will withstand the stomach acid, so it opens where it needs to in the intestine.
Yeah, and it even it will last even if you have to take antibiotics. Some people have to be on antibiotics all the time because their immune system is so impaired. And it will also protect you when you have chemotherapy and radiation, right? So it's very hardy.
The microbiome also produces 90% of our happy hormone, serotonin. So,
So they all work together. It's all totally interlocked. So it contains beet flow, immunosymbiotic, the superior enzyme, and then iodine as well. So iodine is a trace mineral that's absolutely vital for your body. So I'll tell you how important it is, because people think, oh, I just need it for my thyroid and my thyroid is all right, blah, blah, blah. We hear these stories all the time. No, every cell of your body needs iodine. So after air, we all know we can't live without air for longer than a few minutes. Then water is the second element. We die after 3 days of not drinking anything. Then salt is the third element. And then iodine is the fourth element. Nothing functions.
So we need it for brain development. So if women are thinking of becoming pregnant, they need it before they become pregnant.
Also, it helps you to fall pregnant.
Yeah,
and by the way, just as a side note, if you are a guy or you're listening to this or you have a partner, so a man's sperm is like usually you have a 3 month window period where you can completely renew your sperm, right? So after 3 months, I think you have a new dose. How do I explain that properly? So as a man, you have 3 months to up-level your sperm, and you need to do that with iodine, good minerals, enzymes, the ultimate vitality boost, basically what we're telling you here, and cut out processed food, because apparently the quality of the child, your future child, depends, of course, 50% on your sperm, but not only that, more than 50% of infertility is caused by the sperm, right? But the woman usually is the one that's investigated and gets the blame. But the research shows that it's not true. It's like 50% or more is caused by the poor quality of the sperm. So even if you were to fall pregnant with poor quality sperm, that doesn't set the child up for a good life. And so whereas women can't really change their ovaries, because we're already born, you know, with all our eggs being ready when we're born, so we can't change any of that. But the man, as a man, you can change that, and it creates dramatic, sets your child up for a good life. So if you want to have a baby, put it off for 3 months at least, and get your sperm ready. Just give yourself 3 or 4 months where you really turn the old stuff over.
Plus,
right?
Give yourself good nutrition.
Exactly,
in
right.
that time.
Prepare yourself and follow the recommendations that we suggested. So
we got a bit off track there from the digestive system, but it is important.
Because like rates of infertility are skyrocketing, and then on top of that, babies are born premature these days, and that's all due to lack of iodine and lack of enzymes. So there's a lot of heartbreak that can be prevented, and we want people to be happy and well. That's really our mission, right? For everyone to be happy and healthy, feel strong and robust, and, you know, even if you get triggered or life knocks you around a little bit, that you get back on track with like the least amount of pain and money. So that you can show up as your best version. Thanks everyone for listening.
Have a good week.
The article will be below the video, and also there will please check out our website. There's lots of free information, so much free information, by the way, like hours and hours worth. But in particular, there are free ebooks. You can download them all on all the topics that we discuss. Please download them and share them with your loved ones. Bye everyone. Thanks for tuning in.